Welcome to the Don't Get Fooled show with Big B and Ace. College football week 13. Let's go, Ace.
All right, boys and girls, college football week 13. Cannot wait. Coming off a juicy week 12. One of the best weeks for me, Big Ree, all season long. So pumped. It was an unreal week for me. Unreal. It started off as a little bit of a doozy with the Thursday, well, not in college, but in NFL with that Packers game. But after that, it was just cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. And so, unreal. We went 6-1, Big Ree. That was a really good week. I went 4-0 sweep. You went 2-1, and just a really good week.
Yeah, for sure.
And I want to, before we get into a little bit of a recap of some of the games, you know, I want to call somebody out and give them. I'm going to give them a shout out, but I'm going to call them out too on the video. Okay. Want to give a, you know, we got a viewer that's been with us for a long time, Big Joe 67.
Oh, I was
okay,
just reading his comments.
Yeah, so Big Joe 67, he's always commenting in there and always saying stuff, and half the time he's complimenting us, half the time he's trolling us and talking shit. Yeah. That's just how it goes. And so I think it was last week or the week before, 2 weeks ago, I had a bad week.
Yeah.
And then, but in the video, I said, oh, well, that Notre Dame, I knew Notre Dame wasn't going to cover against Navy. I was like, oh, pounded the hell of that. And that game alone won a lot of different slips and just one big, made the weekend, right? And he was upset in the comments that, Ace, you have a bad weekend, and then you have the nerve or something to say that, oh, you had that, right?
Yeah.
But you didn't put that in the video, right? And so one thing I want to explain to the viewers, and I want to explain this to Big Joe also. You know, these are videos, we're only given 3 picks each. How many games are there per week in college football? Roughly
60.
Roughly 60, yeah. Very good, Big Ree. There's about 60 games. So, and we're doing 3 picks each. And just to clarify, which I know a lot of people are questioning, if me and Big Ree are together on all of our picks. That doesn't mean we agree or we don't agree, but we do our separate picks, okay? And off camera, when we're making our slips and stuff, we're collaborating on picks, but on the video picks, we each make our picks. So if there's 60 games, Big Ree, and you do 3 games and I do 3, what's 3 plus 3? 6.
Minus 60.
Minus 60. How many 54. Games does that leave? 54. So if Big Joe 67 thinks that we're only making our plays on 6 games and we're just sitting out the rest of the 54, doesn't make any sense to me.
Exactly.
So I want to make that clear, Big Joe. We're not just making our plays on just our 6 games and that's it.
That's facts.
And that's big time facts. And what I want to lead to is this week. And Hobby's right here smiling at me because he was looking at my sheets and stuff prior from last week. Is this week, I went 4-0 last week on the videos.
Yeah.
But on my strong picks, on my picks on the sheet that Hobby was looking at, okay, prior to the weekend, I went 10-0. Okay, Big Ree? Hobby's there, smiling, giving the thumbs up, 10-0. Okay, so like the fact that there's a chance that I do really good on the videos and then off the videos I'm doing really bad. There's a chance vice versa. I do bad on the videos and I'm doing really good. And to go 10-0, it was a great week for me, Big Ree. And just to kind of hit on some of those games, let's see, what do we have here? We had obviously the Northwestern plus 19, Army minus 10. We had the Vanderbilt plus 14.5. They won outright. Kansas State plus 7.5. Obviously, Notre Dame, lock of the week. They won 44-0, Big Ree.
Yeah.
Notre Dame came through. Maryland plus 27.5. They covered easily against Ohio State. Let's see what else. Oklahoma minus 7. We had the bonus pick, USC 1.5 against UCLA. Washington minus 30.5. and Hawaii plus 10.5. They won outright. And so those are some of the picks. And just wanted to give a special shout out to Big Joe, okay?
Yeah.
And let's get into a recap of last week. You know, Georgia, doozy win over Kentucky, 16-6, Big Ree. Ohio State, that was a close game. At one point, it was 33-30 versus Maryland, but they came through and won. Michigan, did you see that game? The Michigan-Illinois, unreal game. I mean, they had a last-minute field goal, and that would have been some big playoff implications if they lost that and ended up beating Ohio State. But they squeaked that out, but they didn't look good. The TCU game against Baylor, 29-28 to stay undefeated. They had to run the field goal unit on with like 14 seconds left and got the field goal off and won it. Here's the big game. Tennessee losing to South Carolina, Big Ree. They got spanked.
Yeah.
They got spanked. What do you think about that?
What happened to the QB? I heard he tore his ACL or something.
No, I don't think so. Hendon Hooker?
Yeah, I heard he's out for the season.
Oh, did they really?
I think that's why.
Oh, wow. Okay, wow. No. I didn't know it was a torn ACL.
Yeah, he's done for the year.
Wow, so that's a doozy for them.
Could be actually good for them because maybe he's going to come back now.
Oh, for another year?
Another year, because his NFL stock just goes down the drain.
That's true. That's an interesting point. Wow, that's big news. I mean, South Carolina quarterback Spencer Rattler, the Oklahoma transfer, had a huge game. I think he had, 6 touchdowns, 438 yards. This is what they expected.
For sure.
So finally, this guy is showing like what they, that's why they got him. But who knows, man? I mean, that was a big upset. Yeah. Big upset for them. Obviously, the UCLA-USC game was completely a great game.
That was the best game of the week, by far.
That
not
was
even close.
Not even close. Great game. I mean, I think in the second half, it was just back-to-back touchdowns left and right.
Yeah.
Nobody could stop each other.
Yeah.
And then USC got that interception at the end to seal it. But
DTR choked for sure.
That was a great game. We had Alabama. They beat Austin Peay 34-0,
That's just nothing.
but didn't look impressive. Clemson, they beat up on Miami. Wasn't impressed. Oregon, Utah, that was a good game.
That was a good game. That was a night game.
That was a night game, and I'll talk about that. I told you this last week, and I was in North Carolina for a wedding, and so watching the game at 1:45 a.m. Okay, 1:45 a.m. in the hotel room, watching the last part of the game. It was just kind of weird, dude. Watching a game at 1:45. It's like in the West Coast, where all the games are basically done by 10.
Yeah.
And so that was weird, but that was good. Cam Rising threw too many interceptions.
He choked. They had it.
They had it.
They had that game.
But he looked bad, and now Oregon, 9-2, and so they look good. Penn State beat up North Carolina. They got upset by Georgia Tech.
Oh wow!
That was only second loss on the season. They were 9-1 prior to that. Your pick, Arkansas against Ole Miss.
Yeah, I was just cruising.
Came through. You liked that one, and you cruised that one the whole week. Washington won big. Interesting. I like the quarterback, Mike Penix Jr., the Indiana transfer. Anything else? Florida State looked good against Louisiana. Oklahoma won big. I mean, look, dude, Oklahoma State, they look like crap.
Yeah. I'm taking that game this week.
Oh, you are?
We'll get to that.
Okay, we'll get into that. UCF lost to Navy.
That was crazy. That was an early morning game, 8 a.m. for us.
Yeah.
Because I always do my bets, putting my bets in at 8 a.m.
And that game already
started. I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah, I don't know what happened there, Big Ree. Oregon State looked good. Cincinnati beat up on Temple, and that's kind of rounds out the week. Let's get to some BS talk, Big Ree. I was out in North Carolina for the weekend. Had a wedding. It was a good trip. Kind of cold. Not that cold.
Cold for the West Coast folks.
Cold for
us LA folks.
For sure. I thought it was going to be colder. I brought the thermal, brought some big jackets, the beanie, but didn't have to, bring any of that out. It was not that cold. I mean, obviously it was colder compared to West Coast, but it was not that cold. Shout out American Airlines.
Yeah.
On the flight there, they had the screens, was able to watch some movies. That was a good. I watched the one movie on the way there. Emily the thief or Emily the criminal or something.
Yeah.
That was a pretty good movie.
Yeah.
I liked that movie. It was pretty good. Check it out. It was a good movie. I like that. So American Airlines, pretty solid.
Yeah.
And then check this out. So when we got off the plane, and then I had to use the restroom after the flight, waiting. So I get into the bathroom, and then, there's like a section, and then there's like 2 people waiting, right? There's 2 people waiting. So all the stalls and everything, or the urinals are all finished up, all used. People are in use. And so the one guy, the guy that's at the head of the line is kind of just waiting, it looks like. And then I walk in, so I'm like number 3, and he goes like this, and he's looking at me, and like I kind of waiting for like 2 seconds, and he goes like this, right? So I'm thinking, and then I'm like, oh, like there's 2 stalls if anybody wants the urinals compared to the actual stalls. So I was like, oh, there's 2 stalls. Like, no. He's like, he's basically asking me 2 or 1. Like, do I need to go number 1 or number 2? Like directing traffic. And I'm like, no, bro, just number 1. He's like, oh, okay. So then this is, it just caught me off guard. This guy's like directing traffic in the bathroom, bro. Yeah. That was funny. And then I was telling this story to somebody else over there at the wedding, right?
Yeah.
Like somebody that I know over there at the wedding, and he's like, dude, man, he's talking about like, we were just talking about bathrooms on the airplane and stuff like that. And this dude is tall. This dude's like 6'3". Not gonna say his name just in case somebody does recognize him on the show. But this guy is telling me whenever he uses the bathroom, whenever he uses the bathroom on an airplane, he doesn't use the toilet. He goes number 1 in the sink because he's so tall.
That's great.
What do you think about that, Big Ree?
That's fabulous.
So he just says, I don't use the toilet. It's just more easy, efficient for me to use the actual sink. Yeah. So just kind of a word for anybody that's actually, next time you go on an airplane and you're using the bathroom, remember, keep your hands, somebody might be using that actual sink as a toilet. So that was interesting. But Greensboro, I was in Greensboro, North Carolina. Nice little downtown area, but not too much going on. Had a nice southern breakfast.
Carolina Diner?
No, I didn't go to Carolina Diner.
Happened?
So I'll tell you this. I was, with a few other folks.
Okay.
And we were picking out, like, what's the breakfast spot on Thursday morning. Carolina Diner just didn't look too appealing to them.
Okay.
And so we went to some other place that had 900 plus reviews.
Okay.
And in Greensboro, that's a lot of reviews.
Yeah. Well,
but I'll be honest, I would give the food maybe like a 7.
Oh, damn, that's not good.
I got a big chocolate chip pancake, like this big. It was okay. Then I got grits, cheesy grits.
Okay.
But the grits were more cold. So
I haven't had any grits, so I'm not. That's
so they were okay, but obviously if they were more warm, they'd be better. And then got some like eggs Benedict, fried tomato eggs Benedict.
Yeah.
It was okay. I mean, everything was okay. So I wasn't super hyped. So the breakfast was okay. Other than that, there was too many like brunches that we were invited to, and like the family, they were like having brunches and stuff at restaurants throughout the weekend. So didn't get to check out any more places. Checked out some donuts.
Nice.
Everybody knows whenever I go on a trip,
fabulous.
I have to find one of the best donut places in town, and I have to find the best ice cream place in town.
Yeah.
So we hit up Duck Donuts, which I find out now they have some branches out here in the Orange County area.
Yeah.
Basically freshly made to order donuts.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
And actually 6 donuts was only like $10.
Yeah.
Half a dozen, not bad.
Yeah.
Donuts are pretty good. Fresh to made, had them right there with a cup of joe. And yeah, they're pretty solid, Duck Donuts.
Yeah.
Then went to some place called Ozzy's Ice Cream. Homemade ice cream.
Yeah.
Pretty solid ice cream, 100 reviews. The ice cream was good. I got a double scoop on a waffle cone, Big Ree. Got the cookies and cream and mint chocolate chip combo. Cookies and cream was better for sure.
Yeah,
the mint chocolate chip, sometimes if you don't go to the right places, mint chocolate chip is a little bit of a doozy.
Right, yeah.
But the cookies and cream, I should have doubled up on that.
Yeah.
And I was asking the owner. The owner was there at Ozzy's. That guy is very friendly, very talking to all the customers. You knew he was the head honcho.
Yeah.
Like right when he started talking, you already knew this guy was the head honcho.
For sure.
And I asked him, hey, where'd you get the name Ozzy's? Kind of Ozzy's ice cream. And he told me him and his wife lived in Uganda.
Nice.
Uganda for 2 years. They just decided to go out there and live in Uganda in a small town, and they went to a cafe called Ozzy's Cafe all the time.
Yeah.
and they loved that place. They just loved it. They went there almost every day, and they became really close friends with the owners and stuff. And they decided to come back and name their ice cream shop Ozzy's and open an ice cream shop. So that was cool. Greensboro, a lot of green, a lot of woods, a lot of forest, a lot of lakes.
Yeah.
What else? Went to this on Sunday. We left Sunday. Sunday morning, they had a brunch at some house.
Yeah.
Dude, Big Reed, this was the biggest house I've ever stepped foot in my life. Check this out. The biggest house that I've ever stepped foot in my life.
Nice.
On about 12 acres.
Okay.
Probably about a 10 to 13,000 square foot house.
Oh, man.
Unreal. Like a huge mansion. Literally the driveway going up 200 feet. Like literally out of MTV Cribs. Biggest house I've ever seen in my life. Full movie theater, full gym, full game room. It was unbelievable. It was just a great party. That was unreal. So the bride and groom had a nice brunch for all the guests that were leaving. So the wedding was on Saturday night.
Yeah.
And so that was a great. So Greensboro, North Carolina, it was good. I mean, hopefully I can come back and go to Charlotte, spend some time over there. This was kind of a real busy weekend, but yeah, so it was a good trip overall. What did you do? Do anything interesting, Big Ree?
No, nothing much. I had the best weekend.
The best weekend by doing nothing?
The best plans or no plans.
I like that.
That's
The
Snoop
best-
Dogg said.
That is true. It's true. The best
Laying
thing.
on your couch and watching football.
Nothing and eating. You got to be eating.
Eating.
You got to eat. What do you eat, Big Ree? Like, what's your go-to when you're not ordering any food and you're just like, hey, I'm home, I'm chilling out, whatever I got. Like normally, what's your go-to?
Chips and salsa are my snack.
Okay, that's always good.
Yeah.
That's always good. Are you can you control yourself when you eat chips and salsa?
Nah,
or you're just
it's kind of hard, just dipping and going at
yeah,
it.
it's tough, man. That's tough. Yeah, it was a good weekend. Obviously, I'm looking forward to Thanksgiving weekend, Big Ree.
Yeah, for sure.
Thanksgiving is coming up.
Yeah.
Cannot wait. It's always one of the best holidays. And so we always talk about this. It's always about the sides.
For sure, 100%.
It's all about the sides. What side are you looking forward to most this year? Come on, Big Ree. Just pick up one side. That's it. One or two.
Say the jalapeno cream corn that we always have.
Jalapeno cream corn. That's always fire.
I forgot the tomato pie that we have.
Tomato pie is always good. Jalapeno cream corn is always good. I always have to have yams. We got to have the yams for sure. Sweet potatoes. You're not a yam kind of guy?
Not that big.
Okay, that's fair, but got to have pie for sure. There's got to be pie.
Yeah, that's dessert. That's a whole different subject.
That's a whole nother topic, I guess. But mac and cheese, the greens.
Not too big on greens.
Come on, you're killing me, Big Ree. You're not a big greens guy?
No.
I love greens. Oh man. Okay, mac and cheese.
Yeah,
mac and cheese. Okay. I was about to walk off set if you weren't a mac and cheese guy. All right, mac and cheese. Yeah, I'm all about the sides and the pies. What are the two pies? What, pumpkin pie and pecan?
Yeah, those are you have to have those.
Yeah,
too.
those are go-tos.
We normally have chocolate one too, right? And
the chocolate key lime.
No, but we have banana cream. I think.
On that note, we had some key lime cheesecake in North Carolina. That was good. Hit up a spot called Cheesecake by Alex.
Nice.
And then they actually had the homemade version of the oatmeal cream pies.
Oh, nice.
So are you a big cream pie kind of guy, Big Ree?
Yeah, for sure. Little Debbie's.
So oatmeal cream pies, the little Debbie snacks, they had the homemade ones.
Yeah.
Those are bomb. Yeah, so it was good. Cannot wait for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
4 days of football and just relaxing, chilling out with the family. Nothing like family. One of the viewers I remember commented, they were like, when I ripped you a new one for going to a toddler soccer game over watching the Packers. They said family first. I agree. Family first. Always good to spend time with the family and close friends and holiday season. Nothing like the last 45 days of the year.
Yeah.
You're kind of just you're on a chill. You're usually on a chill mode. Not much is going on. Not much too important. So, yeah, I cannot wait. I'm gonna start up some new show. I know you've been telling me again on, was it Snowfall?
Yeah, Snowfall is good.
Snowfall is good. So I'm gonna jump on that. I'm gonna start that this weekend.
Yeah.
And try to get maybe one season in over the next, over the holiday season. Gonna open up some abuelita this weekend, at least twice. Maybe definitely on Thanksgiving, and then probably Friday night, Saturday night. Real quick question of the day, Big Ree. We're gonna make it quick, but I want to ask you first. Question of the day: when you fly, are you a window guy or an aisle guy?
Window, 100%.
100%.
Window.
Wow. Why is that?
I don't like people moving by you. Every time you're on the aisle, people want to get up. I gotta go to the bathroom. Then you gotta get up.
That's true. But then but if you have to use the bathroom,
you're only gonna use the bathroom once if you have to. And I make sure to use the bathroom at the airport.
That's true. Okay, so you're saying you go prepared to use the bathroom, and then you just like to get to the window, do your thing, and you're not bothered.
Yeah.
That's an interesting point. If bathroom's not an issue, then that's fine. Sometimes you want to get up and stretch. I like the aisle. It's just freedom. I feel like I don't need to ask anybody if I need to get up or if they can get up. I'm just able to get up. The only thing is I'm a little bit taller, so like my elbows sometimes are sticking out like this, and sometimes like you're always getting bumped.
Yeah.
But
that's another thing about the aisle. Like I have to stick my legs out and everything.
That's true, right? Yeah. So sometimes you get bumped. But yeah, I mean, I would say so. You for 100%. It wasn't even a question.
Windows, not even a question.
I'm an aisle kind of guy, but I'm not like 100%. Like oh my gosh, like it's just there's nothing. Like no, the window's solid too. You just kind of like you said, you can just do your own thing and you're not bothered. But I would lean towards aisle. So viewers, please comment below. Are you an aisle guy or a window guy or girl?
Yeah.
So that's what I want to know. What's your go-to aisle? Because if you have a go-to, is it a window or an aisle? So obviously, I don't. And if somebody surprises us and says they're a middle person, I want to know that. If you are, and please be very descriptive on why you like the window. That's the middle seat. That would be unbelievable. If someone actually says I prefer the middle seat.
Yeah.
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
So, I cannot wait now for the comments because I know there's going to be somebody that's going to say it, whether they're trolling us, but somebody's going to say the middle seat. All right, let's get into some shout-outs, Big Ree.
All right, I'm going to shout out with Eddie Combs.
Eddie, what's up? I want to give a shout-out to Michael Bratt. I know he said he's a big fan of the sushi story from last weekend. Shout out, Michael. Thanks for tuning in, brother.
I'll let you take this one since you asked about this question.
Okay, I want to give a shout out to Beazle from Philadelphia. And Beazle said he actually got charged at a buffet.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable, brother. But Beazle's a longtime viewer, so shout out to Beazle.
Shout out to Rashid Harrell.
Rashid in the house. Want to give a shout out to Timothy Eaton. Thanks for always tuning in.
Shout out to Paulie Samashima. Sorry if I mispronounced that.
We apologize, Paulie Sameshima. I don't know, but hopefully we got it right. And you can give the last shout out.
Shout out to Cashman 24.
Shout out to Cashman 24. All right.
Let's get into the picks.
Let's get into the docket of picks, and let's keep this momentum, and let's keep the money train rolling, Big Ree.
Yes,
we're gonna keep the momentum. So without further ado, here we go, boys and girls. Aquí vamos, chicos y chicas. Let's go. And actually, before I get into the picks, I've noticed in the comments now we got a lot of guys throwing in the start times of the picks. Jesus Yao wants to just go ahead and throw our picks in there. And so if you guys want an internship, DM us, at info@dgfshow.com. If you're looking for an internship, you want to keep some stats, you want to do some other editing for us, we're looking for interns. So Jesus and some of the other guys that are very, very picked in. So let us know and we got you guys. All right, so without further ado, game one. We got Toledo at Western Michigan. Toledo is an 8-point favorite. Toledo 7-4, coming off a 42-35 loss to Bowling Green. Bad turnovers and a bad start were the difference in this game. It's just, the They should have won this easily, handedly, but they gave this away. Prior to this loss, they won 5 of their last 6 games, and they were leading in 3 of their 4 losses in the fourth quarter, Big Ree, except for that Ohio State game where they got completely spanked, and that was my game, actually, that I picked Ohio State to cover that game. High-powered offense, but more importantly, a very efficient offense for Toledo. And then we got Western Michigan, who's 4-7. They're coming off a 12-10 win versus Central Michigan, Big Ree. And look, lucky win there for Western Michigan. They usually either stay competitive in their games or they lose big. Yeah. That's their history. I like their running back in Tyler. He's solid. And look, I like them to lose easily. This line should not be 8, Big Ree. They lost by 19 last year to Toledo.
Yeah.
This line should not be 8. This line honestly should be about, I would say probably about 13 to 14 for Toledo. And I really like Toledo here. And so I'm taking Toledo -8. Game 2, we got Purdue at Indiana. Purdue is a 10.5 point favorite. The Boilermakers 7-4, coming off a 17-9 win versus Northwestern. That was one of my picks last week. I said there's no way Northwestern's losing by more than 20, and they lost by 8. Purdue is on a 2-game winning streak. They are a good team, but turnover prone, led by quarterback Aiden Connell. The guy keeps throwing interceptions. Look, all of the wins by 10 points or under. All of their wins, Big Ree.
Yeah, fact.
But they've played some good teams. Like, they've played an overall solid schedule, but they're not winning big. And then we got Indiana, 4-7. They're coming off a 39-31 double overtime win versus Michigan State, Big Ree. Look, first win in 8 games. They snapped a 7-game losing streak here. And here's the thing, they don't do well against strong offenses.
Yeah.
Michigan State is not a strong offense. If you look, they do have some injuries, and when you look at some of the big schools that they play against, they get blown out.
Yeah.
And I like Purdue to put up a lot of points here, probably close to 35-40, and I don't like Indiana to score more than 21. Honestly, and so if you do the math there, I think Purdue should cover this 10.5 easily. I'm taking Purdue -10.5, game 3. We got the LSU Tigers at Texas A&M. LSU is a 10-point favorite, Big Ree. LSU 9-2, coming off a 41-10 win versus University Alabama Birmingham. This was a good win and a big win, but it's UAB, right? The talent level is completely off the scale here for LSU. They are currently on a 5-game winning streak, and they have won 9 of their past 10 games since that week 1 loss to Florida State. That was actually a good game, and it just seems like yesterday when I was watching that game, one of the first games in week 1. Wow, where's the season going? But here's the thing, the LSU offense does struggle when it goes against talented, strong defenses.
Yeah, but that's facts.
Texas A&M, obviously just a really doozy year, underperformed for sure, but they still have a lot of talent across the board. And LSU is vulnerable on the road.
Yeah.
Did you know only out of their 11 games, they've only had 3 road games?
Yeah.
So they're highly stacked on the home games. This is a road game. Then we got Texas A&M, who's 4-7, coming off a 20-3 win versus UMass. Once again, UMass, nothing to write home about. They should have won. That snapped a 6-game losing streak for Texas A&M. And here's the thing, only 2 losses by over 6 points for Texas A&M. So they stayed pretty competitive. Their problem is they just have no firm quarterback.
That's true, yeah.
They've ran through 3 different quarterbacks here. and they need a good quarterback, and I don't understand why they're recruiting. They're not getting a really good 5-star QB to come in.
Jimbo Fisher's got to step it up.
I mean, you're stacking the D, but what's up with the offense? I hope. I mean, they need a fixer. That guy's gonna get the boot. I like this to be a low-scoring, close game, Big Ree.
Okay.
I don't see LSU blowing anybody out for sure.
Okay.
I like this to be a close game and a low-scoring game. Look, Texas A&M, back to like LSU. They won by 6. They won by 3. They won by 4. So I like this to be a low-scoring game. This is my lock of the week, boys and girls. Lock of the week. I'm taking Texas A&M plus 10. All right, Big Ree, let's go.
The first game I got is a Friday afternoon. We got Nebraska at Iowa. We got 2 Big Ten teams here. Iowa runs the ball a lot. Nebraska doesn't score much. Only put 14 points versus Wisconsin. This is going to be low scoring. Too much turkey left over in them. So I'm taking under 38.
Bam.
Next game I got is Memphis at SMU.
Ooh.
Memphis is a high-powered offense with QB Seth Hennigan and a terrible defense. SMU is the exact same. And in college football, you can just go off. Like the USC-UCLA game started slow and then they just went crazy. In NFL, maybe not. But in college, they can just be scoring. And this is a high over. But I really like the over. I like over 71, and that's my lock of the week.
Ooh, bam.
The last game I got is West Virginia at Oklahoma State. We had one of our commenters, our viewers, Jared Nichols, say Oklahoma State's going to cover the 7 versus Oklahoma. And they got their ass handed to them. And we had a lot of comments in there. Oklahoma State obviously coming off a 28-13 loss. West Virginia coming off a 48-31 loss. Oklahoma State is definitely having a bad season. Spencer Sanders will have a big game. He can run the ball. 2 receivers, Brennan Presley and Brandon Johnson, each had over 100 yards. West Virginia's average margin of loss is 15 on the year, so I really like Oklahoma State here. I'm taking Oklahoma State minus 8.5.
Minus 8.5. Okay, before we sign off, I want to just tell all the viewers, look, enjoy this 4-day weekend. I know a lot of people got Thanksgiving off, then Black Friday off,
and then
Saturday and Sunday. And you got, you get home, a lot of people get off, nothing like getting off early on Wednesday. That was back in my corporate days, boys and girls, no more. But back in the corporate days, remember the boss used to let us off a little bit early. Maybe like 1, usually around like 1, 2 o'clock, so you can drive traffic in here in LA always on Wednesday. You get home, nothing like Wednesday night, relaxing, cozying up, watching a movie, watching whatever, some basketball, some sports, and just chilling out, excited for Thanksgiving. Then you got all the NFL games and college, I think 1 college game on Thursday, but 3 NFL games. You got football, you got turkey, Thanksgiving, all day, festivities. And then you're like, I got to sleep in on Friday, And then you got football all day on Friday. Big Ree, college, there's like 10 games, 12 games on Friday. Then you got Saturday, all day college, and then NFL. And then at nighttime, hang out with the family, friends, go out, have some good food, enjoy some movies. It's just nothing like it. Really the start of the holiday season. So I'm so pumped. I want to wish everybody, a happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy the meal with the family. Cozy up. Win some cash, win some parlays, and let's keep this train going. And once again, happy Thanksgiving to the DGF family, community, and mafia. You guys are all part of the family here. And so let's keep it going. All right.